Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Toni and I'm a homeschooling mom to 4 kids. And I'm gonna share with you today our new homeschool room setup. Now, you guys may be like, wait a minute, didn't she just show us her new schoolroom like a month ago? Yeah, that didn't last long. So we're back in the schoolroom. I have a brand new setup, a new desk setup that I, in a pinch, was able to work out working with what they had at IKEA, trying to make a cool desk setup for 4 of my kids, and it worked out amazing. So if you guys want to see all the components that work together to make what our new schoolroom desk setup area is, then stay tuned. Okay, so here is the setup. I'm gonna tell you what these pieces are in case you want to put this together, but I'll get out of the way and just show you. These are not connected, so I have a shorter desk right here, and then I have a longer desk right here. And my intention was I wanted to get everybody their own desks. I'll put a little picture here of what my dream picture was for our homeschool room that I've seen so many other people get, but it was so expensive. Those little drawers were like, I don't know, $79 a piece. And I was like, times 4, oh my word, I'd be over $400 just to get a desk for each kid. So there was no way I could afford that. So I tried to figure out what's the cheapest way. I'm thrifty. Our thrifty homeschool, you know? I wanted to find out the cheapest way I could maybe get at least 2 desks. So I don't have, I'm not going to show you this side of the room right now, but you can look at one of my other videos. I've got a whole wall of bookshelves. I'll link the video right here that shows my bookshelf organization. It shows my whole schoolroom. So the wall behind the camera right now is bookshelves. So I can't put anything on that. The wall right there is a chalkboard. I could put a desk there, but I don't know. And then I have a big window right here. So really the only like wall that I could put a desk on is like a tiny bit right there. And then this wall right here, which we used to have a piano, and I moved the piano. Me and my daughter moved it out to the living room, which is amazing to have this space. So I wanted to at least put maybe 2 desks right here. My intention with this super long desk was to put it just in the middle of the room and just have it as a desk that we all sit together for group subjects, like right here in the middle of the room. And then we have a desk for kids that need to work on their own on the side. But once I got it in here, it actually fit like an L shape. And I will show you in a couple minutes with all my kids together here and just show you how it works. Amazing for all 4 kids and me to sit around this desk. It's really perfect. So I'm gonna show you what the pieces are first, and at the end I will show you with the whole family sitting around the table. All right, so here, this desk right here is called the Latchmate. I don't know how to say it, so I will just type it here. Latchmate. I don't know. So that is the tabletop. That one is 55 inches. This table right here is the same style Latchmate tabletop, and that is the 78-inch one. So this one here is 78 inches. And that one there is, what did I say, 55 inches. So here's the issue that I have had. If you have been to IKEA anytime recently or any other stores, a lot of them are out of stock of a lot of things. These are typically, those are the legs that you get. So they're super easy screw-on legs. They have a bunch of options. They have like really cool, they had one that was like $50 a piece, I think, and they're like adjustable legs if you want to have like an architect's table type of thing, but it's like 50 bucks per leg. They have other like cooler fancy legs, so it ranges from like $4 a leg. These are $4 a leg up to, I don't know, like $50 a leg. Problem was they were completely out of legs. Like they had 0 legs, which right now, I think they're just out of a lot of stuff, and you won't know until you get to the warehouse part where you go pick up your stuff. So that's kind of the bummer about it. You can get it all planned out. I spent all this time measuring and making sure this would work in my room, and then I got to the bottom and they didn't have legs. Okay, here's what I did. I already had a smaller version of this except in white. So I knew, and I messed it up. I had this genius idea a couple years ago to glue Lego boards, or what are those called? You know, the boards that you like do the Legos on? I glued those boards to the top of my table when my kids were little. I was like, oh, that'll be so cool. It'll be perfect for Lego table. Anyway, eventually they stopped using it for a Lego table, and then I decided to take the board off, and guess what? all the white like tabletop ripped off, and it's so ugly and gross. And so don't do that. Don't do what I did. But so the problem was I had that. It was too bumpy and it was ruined. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do with that tabletop that I already had, but I knew I had 4 legs at home. So I loved the idea of the shelf that I told you before. That's like that drawer. I can't remember what it's called, but that drawer like thing that people put on the other end of the table, but I couldn't do $79 per side of the table. So I tried to figure out what I could do since they didn't have the legs. So I went back through IKEA and I was trying to find what is something that I could use that would be the same height as the legs. I walked through the laundry section just on my way back to the desks, and I saw this. So this was like, yeah, they have some like this that were just shelves, 3 shelves. And then they had some like this that had drawers that pulled out that were pretty rickety drawers. I was like, those would not work in the schoolroom. They didn't slide real easily. They kind of like jumped as you pulled them out. So I was like, there's no way those would work. But I thought the shelves would work. And what they had, okay, so this is what it's called. They had shorter ones that were like half the width of this. And I wanted those. That was my intention, was to buy those. I wrote that down or took a picture of it. That way I would have more, like for this table here, I was hoping to be able to fit 2 kids and then have this skinny shelf at the end for their boxes. But when I got down to the warehouse, they didn't have that. I couldn't find it anywhere. Those were like, I don't know, those were like $23, I think, each. Well, I was about ready to give up, and then I found this set of these. So these are actually, I did not realize, I thought it was the same exact thing. The measurements looked right. They're double the size, double the width, so they're wider. So let me show you. Okay, so it is almost the whole like width of the table. So these actually, at first I was like, oh my goodness, they're so big. These are not gonna work. But I'm really excited that I made this mistake of getting the wrong thing, because they're perfect for these boxes. I will link these in the description box. I've mentioned these in my videos before, but these Latchmate bins are awesome, and the kids can keep all their stuff contained. And so those fit perfectly. And as you can see, we still have space. If they need to put a book or anything that they're working on, they can just put that next to it. So I've got, as you can see, there's 1 shelf here and 1 shelf here. So my son is on one, and then my daughter's on one. And then it's got this like shallow, or this like kind of shorter shelf here. So we've got math flashcards, and then the noise canceling headphones, which are awesome. I will link these in the description box too. I talked about these in one of my videos, but these are so great if you have multiple kids, and if some of them struggle focusing with other kids in the room or something like that. My kids are playing volleyball in the living room, so if you can hear that, sorry. But so these are really awesome, and like for speed drills, or if somebody's taking a test and I'm working with somebody else, it doesn't completely block out all of the noise, but it blocks out enough that you can focus. So these are really great. But anyway, it was nice to have this little shelf here just to have these things on. And then let me show you what I did on the other shelf. I've got 2, 1 for each kid. So I've got 1 kid right here, and then 1 kid right here. See, she's got her little reading book that right here that she records her books that she's read in that. Then I also have a place for my planner, which was really nice because it's usually just left on the table. And so it was kind of nice to be able to have a place for my planner, and it just fits nicely. So we just attach this to the table, and it works so good. So the only bummer is, for this table, I can really only fit 1 kid, and I was hoping to be able to fit 2. But with the way it worked, I've got 1 kid there, I have 2 on that side, and then I have 1 right here. If all 4 of my kids are not working, if my son is like doing something somewhere else, then I just kind of can sit right here central and work with him. Or if they're all at the table, I just bring like another chair over and work with them there. So it has worked so well. I'm gonna have all the kids sit here so you guys can see how it works. Another thing, I will link this in the description box too. I got this shelf, such a cute shelf, and I don't know. I never know what to do with like all of our stuff. This was only $14.99. It is such a cute shelf. It's like this wood grain, you know, like rustic look, that farmhouse look. And so I just put jars. So we've got jars for colored pencils, jars for crayons, a jar for pencils, glue sticks, markers, mommy's red pens. And it's so cute there. Don't mind our wall. We have not had time to paint, so the wall's a little crazy. I bought these lights on clearance after Christmas. That is a tip. After Christmas time, go shop. I got those at Hobby Lobby. They were like $30 lights that I got for like $8 or something. And they're so cute. Also, I did put these little trays. These are from IKEA also that I will link if I can link those. We already did scratch up. I think somebody put something on here and they already scratched that up, which was kind of a bummer. So I put one of these trays on each table. So we've got like a candle there. There's one on this side too, so that they can put their drinks or whatever on here without scratching the table. I also got this lamp, which our room is just really, really dark. And I was trying to find a lamp. It wasn't as cheap as I would have loved, but it's really nice. It's adjustable. So it's a pretty big lamp. The nice thing is it does move, so it can work on like one child's work if they need it directly on theirs. They said that when it's on the paper, it's like a little bit blinding, like it's hard to see. So, but it is so nice. So we can like tilt it up a little bit. It can go up that way, but it works so well. So it's just super nice. And I was a little nervous about getting this dark tabletop because our room is kind of dark, but the light really helps. And it's a really easy, just a little click button there. Let me show you. It's just a little click button there. And can you see the cord? The cord is just so cute. The cord really attracted me to it. It's black and white. So I believe this was $27.99 or something like that for this lamp. But it's really cute and it goes with the chairs and everything. So another thing I have that I'll show you guys, this I got at a thrift store. So it's not something I can link, but I got that really cute sign. It's actually got like cute gold. It's got gold on top there, but it's so nice. We use these math reference charts every single day in math. And then my younger one uses the number charts, and then I've got the multiplication chart, and they're always looking for them. So if you can find some way to be able to clip up reference charts like this, I really don't think it looks that bad. It's kind of cute there. It has been so easy for them to be able to just grab what they need, and it's right behind them. So anyway, I will show you what this looks like with actual kids in the room. So here is the table in action. We've got all the kids here. Everybody has a space. Okay, so as you can see, there's plenty of space for everybody. I just offset these guys. He could probably scoot over a tiny bit more, but their books don't overlap. That's what I was kind of worried about because it is a bit of a skinny table. But if I have them like this, if I have them like this, it really isn't that big of a deal. And then this one over here gives her plenty of space to just work by herself. So it just, I think it's great and it works really good. So it was a nice, happy accident that I got the wrong shelves, but this was such a much cheaper setup than what I was planning. So this really wasn't that expensive either. I told you before it would have cost me well over $400 to get everybody their own individual desks and have them have their own space. Here, this is what I did. So the two tabletops, the 55-inch tabletop was $29.99. The 78-inch tabletop was $47.99. Then the two shelves that I had on either end of the table was $29.99. So that's $29.99 times 2. So when I added all that up, and remember I already had the 4 table legs for my other table that I just took off, but then those would be $4 a piece. If you were to go do this exact setup at IKEA right now, you would just add $16 to it. But for what I spent, this whole setup, if it's all for my kids and me too, was $138, which I think is pretty awesome. I think that's probably pretty hard to find, and it is so like sleek and cool looking. I really like it. It's pretty. I brought in, I don't know if I showed you guys, but I had these gray curtains in my bedroom, and I was like, oh, we need those in the schoolroom. So they match the schoolroom so well. So it is, we're really excited about this setup, and I really think it helps. The other thing is it gives us all this floor space because we're in this L shape. I've always had a desk in the middle of the room, and then we don't have a lot of floor space. And when you've got little ones, because a lot of times my son is doing Legos or playing with magnetiles or car trucks or something like that, it's nice for him to be able to do that on the floor and not be like under our feet and we're over here, and it just worked so good. So I just wanted to share this with you guys in case anybody likes this idea. I will link all the things that I can in the description box below. So if you guys want this set up too, go for it. I was just super excited that it worked out. And here's the last thing. If you're like me and you like to rearrange, I did not want to, we were gonna like brace this here and actually connect this to make it permanent, but I didn't want to do that. So if I don't like this setup after a while, which I always change everything, I can keep this where it is. It's not attached to the wall either, so I could move it. But I can keep this where it is, and I can take this big table and just flip it and have it in the middle of the room, which was my first plan in the first place, was my intention. But it's nice. I can rearrange this. It looks like it's connected, but it's not. So anyway, this is my fun little new setup for our schoolroom, and it's just made it nicer to be in here. You guys might be wondering, this lady here, her name's Emma. She is our homeschool mascot. So she was in some of my early videos, and then I kind of moved her out of the way, and she wasn't always in the videos. There's a long story. Well, it's not really that long. We are thrifters, and we are Bent and Dent shoppers. We have Amish Bent and Dents near us. And one time at an Amish Bent and Dent that we were at, one of my friends had told me that she found a bunch of really cool stuff in the dumpster, and I'm not a dumpster diver, like ever. But I was like, we'll just peek when we go over there today. And we peeked, and my daughter, she actually went over there first, and she kind of screamed, and I'm like, what? And she said there was a leg sticking out. And I'm like, what? So I ran over there, and there was a leg sticking out, and then there was an arm sticking out. It was a mannequin, but she was in pieces. So I looked through the rest of the dumpster, and we found all the pieces, and we found her torso and her head and put her all together. My husband was with me, and he was completely humiliated. He wanted nothing to do with it, but we grabbed all of her parts and put her in the back of the truck and brought her home and cleaned her up and gave her a new outfit, and we change her for every season. And she's just kind of a creepy addition to our household. And she has this like wig extension thing that my mom got me years ago that I've never actually worn, that the girls threw on her, and a hat. And she's actually kind of cute. The girls made her like this fall outfit. So her name's Emma. So if you ever see her in any of our videos, now you know the story behind her. It's funny. I'll move on with everything in just a second. But it's funny because when we first got her, we would put her like outside of a room. If somebody went to the bathroom, it usually wasn't me, but my husband or my kids would like move Emma to go right in front of the bathroom, so that when I would come out, I would like scream, because you think there's a person standing there. She's like 6 feet tall. But anyway, it would terrify us, and it was ridiculous. And I finally had to put a stop to it, because one time she was in my closet. My husband put her in my closet thinking that I would see her and get scared. Well, then I didn't see her. We ended up going somewhere that day, and he had to work that night. I came back home by myself at night in the dark. No, he's not home. I set the alarm to the house, so, I'm already, just whatever, on my own. And I go in my closet and see a person in my closet about gave me a heart attack. So we made a family rule that she is not allowed to be used to scare people anymore. It was a little much. So anyway, that is my super long story about Emma, in case you were wondering about her. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed and you like all things homeschool and thrifty life, then please make sure you click that subscribe button and click the little bell so you're notified every time one of my videos comes out. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.